It's Week 15 of the NFL. And coming up next is the Commanders, reigning league MVP. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass. And
here's Achane to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 55 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On play action, here's Tua. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 20 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The toss. Here's Robinson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spun them in the offensive backfield. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Robinson. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Here's Johnson on 1st and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Quay Walker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So they send 4 guys out wide, keep it back in to protect, but the linebacker still gets to him before there's time to throw. They've got to get some kind of contact on him, slow him down. Otherwise, he'll continue to sit on the quarterback.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Johnson. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Johnson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he returns this to the 22. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That one complete to Stephon Sullivan. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd down and a yard. Off of play action. Tagovailoa under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the 1st quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? but they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And they will take over first and 10. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Johnson now on third down. They'll find the Conqueror. He's got him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Robinson on a give right side. They'll get this down to the 38. But you look at this defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. Dodson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Johnson. And he fins him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Miami set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start. As they get
the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot. And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And the Washington offense going back to work. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now Johnson on first down. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. They'll look to throw again. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Williams from 8 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Butker now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On first down, Tagovailoa. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quiddy Pay just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout, Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. Johnson got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Johnson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half.
And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the route is on here in this first half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard, is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Johnson throwing on first down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Johnson to throw on 2nd down.
And no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Johnson. He's got this. Complete to Williams. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This one thrown underneath to Achane. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2 and now on 1st down. Throw caught by Achane. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin with a good one up in East Rutherford, Dallas, paying a visit to the New York Jets. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. C.D. Lamb. 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Jalen Hurts leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Robinson with another carry. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Johnson now from the gun on 3rd down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going across the field, he finds Phillips. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. A give, running right, Achane. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On second down, a run by Achane.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Two and now, third and goal.
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Here comes third and the length of the football. Back to throw. Johnson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Looking to throw. Johnson. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Johnson able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Read option, this is Gibbs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 16-yard line.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Tua going to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Tua now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year. But
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think.
So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all